Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager 305D. This is a wire pull in a 3.5 inch center to center. This is literally a typical drawer or cabinet door pull. They call it a wire pull because this is literally brass wire is what this is. I believe it's brass. Yeah, they say that it's brass. My magnet tells me that it's not magnetic at all, so that's a good sign that it's brass. Zinc isn't magnetic either. Stainless would be marginally magnetic because it's been machined, but they say it's brass, so therefore it's brass. And you know, a typical D-shaped pull is what this is. This is 3.5 inch center to center. That's the important item when it comes to pull handles or cabinet hardware when there are two mounting points. If you're replacing material, what's your center to center? Where are the holes? And then you are going to select from what available options there are with that. Diameter of this pole is 0.307. 0.307, so almost 5/16 of an inch. And that's the 305D. This is shown in the US26D finish. It would be more appropriate to call this 626, which tells us that it's a solid brass piece of material, or brass, and then in a satin chrome finish. There's going to be a light coat of lacquer probably on this as well. There you go. Also includes a couple of 832 by 1 inch truss head machine screws for installation in typical 3/4 inch drawer or cabinet fronts. If you happen to be installing this on a bifold door, you'll just need longer screws. I had a customer who always had me stock longer machine screws for him. He was putting this material on 1 3/8 thick doors, so the only screws I could get then were 2 inch, so I'd put them into my electrician's pliers and I would just nip. I can still feel the pain in my palm 25 years later. I would always nip those down for him so that he had 1 3/4 length screws, so 3/8 would go into the trim. I don't like hardware on bifold doors, so that when you pull the door open, you end up getting your fingers caught, your hand caught kind of inside of there, or if there's a knob and you pull that open, your fingers get jammed in there, but people put them on there. I just don't think it's the right material to use for a bifold for functionality purposes. This is going to be available in different finishes, probably 5 of them. Let me tell you what those are. US 10 for satin bronze, US 10B for oil rub bronze, US 26 polished chrome, 26D satin chrome, US 3 is polished brass, and then US 4 would be satin brass. Let's switch to the screen view now and let's take a closer look at some supporting information. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, here's the item that we are looking at. By the way, it weighs 0.12 pound, so 1/12 of a pound is what this weighs. Extended description information is here. Wire pull, brass-based material, satin chrome, centers, diameter, projection. I didn't give you the projections, just heavy on 1 1/8. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'd say it's closer to 1 1/4. Oh, wait a minute. 830, yeah, 4. Yeah, sorry, just heavy on 1 1/4. Yeah, I would say that that would be accurate. Okay, 1 9/16 projection, which means that the inside clearance is going to be closer to about 15/16. Well, 31/32 to be exact. There's a link here to the product catalog. Let's take a look at that. Miscellaneous is what they call this. Different door hardware accessories. There you go. So they're saying the 305D is available in 3 inch, 3.5, and 4 inch center to center. It indeed is. If we just searched for 305D in our site here, we're going to find 3 inch, 3.5, 4 inch in US 10, then 10B, 3 inch, 3.5, 4 inch. So it's nice to have that sort of option. And then, of course, right on down the line. Now we have some photographs that we can take a look at. That's what the packaging looks like when you receive it. removed from the packaging with the screw, and just different perspectives on the hardware itself. And then your screw package is there. Other items in this miscellaneous catalog, literally nowhere. I mean, door hardware is what this catalog would really be called. Miscellaneous accessory door hardware. You know, the stuff that doesn't fit anywhere else but together because it is just random miscellaneous door hardware. Now, let's take a look. All right, so that covers the extended description, the product catalog we've talked about. Now, there is a link below this video, as seen here, to the manufacturer's page, and when we click on that, we'll be able to review not only all of the Hager products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation here, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to their current product catalog. I would certainly recommend reviewing the catalog in the sense that Hager and a couple of other manufacturers do a very good job at providing an encyclopedic approach to hinges. So if you wanted to learn about hinges, their catalog does a good job, commercial hinges, when it comes to general information. If you're a specifier, an architect, an end user, a distributor, someone who works with hinges, an installer, understanding what terms are used, what's the difference between full mortise and half mortise, or full surface and half surface. These are good things to know. Swing clear, raised barrel, wide throw are all good terms to have a working knowledge of, and Hager does a good job explaining how hinges work, how they impact what you're working on, how they affect the final result. You know, the swag or the bend on a hinge leaf here is defined. How you bend that hinge leaf literally changes the DNA of that hinge. Decorative tips, cross-reference charts, explanations, an anchor hinge. You don't sell anchor hinges very often. Detention hinges with the hospital tip, they call that. Swing clear, I forgot to mention that. Power transfer hinges. These are 3 different variations on raised barrel hinges, or sometimes this one's called a double mortise hinge. When someone asks for a double mortise hinge, they're gonna surface mount one leaf and then mortise the door more than twice the amount of the leaf thickness to accommodate that. Anyway, this catalog's full of that stuff, and I realize this is not a video on hinges, but wanted to point out to you that resource that Hager makes available. Actually, speaking of that, since we're already off topic, Hager has their own keying system. They have their H1, H2, and H3 keyways. If you wanted to learn more about their key systems, there's a video of me blabbing on about it. And then, of course, the manual that's here. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Now, in conclusion, very typical item. I don't think people think of Hager and wire pulls, but Hager strives to provide everything for the door and frame opening, with the exception of the door and frame itself, whether it be hinges or lock sets, panic devices, electrified hardware, door closers, continuous geared pin and barrel hinges, trim and auxiliary, weather stripping, sliding door material, miscellaneous obviously. Everything that you could use in your project, one company provides. So in that sense, they stand alone. In that sense, they're a company, they provide a offering of material that you would only find in a Corbin or Yale or Sargent catalog from 1895, where you could buy many different products from a single hardware manufacturer. Corbin and Sargent or Yale, they make door closers, hinges, door closers, lock sets, exit devices, sometimes some accessory control, but not the full comprehensive offering that Hager does. I would have showed it to you, but it's not uploaded yet. By the time you're seeing this video, on that manufacturer's page, there ought to be uploaded, there will be uploaded, a Hager catalog from 1915, Hager got their start in the mid-19th century, 1855, 1860. You know, they've been around for a really long time, and it's fun if you wanted to go back in time and see what hardware Hager made 100 years ago. That catalog would be there for you to review. Any questions on the 305D and a 26D 3.5-inch center or any other Hager product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.